Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. And in the last episode, guys, Thomasina finally encountered the elusive Lord Panswick, discovering that he was not that elusive at all. In fact, he was someone that Thomasina was already acquainted with, the vain painter James. Now, they had a conversation, and Lord Panswick is willing to offer some laborers to help excavate Hob's Barrow, but he wants something in return, a Bakewell tart. So we have to follow the chain, the supply chain, and the first thing that we have to do now is find Mr. Ambrose, the milkman. Once we're able to do that, we'll be able to get a flower for Albert de Plancy's grave, and then we can take the flower to Mrs. de Plancy and hopefully get one of her Bakewell tarts that she has on reserve. So we've been walking around seeing if we can find the elusive milkman, and we have this gentleman here who we have not encountered.
I've not seen him around the village before.
Let's see who he is.
Good day.
Hello there.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ralph. Not seen you around before.
I'm just visiting. What brings you to the market today?
I purchased a Scotch egg for me tea. You want a bite?
No, thank you.
Very kind of him.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
I do, yes.
Have you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you.
Ah, the road that we've never really been able to travel on.
I'm looking for some help with an excavation tomorrow. Might you be interested?
Sorry, miss. I've already got my own job.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
Well, thank you, Ralph. Check and see that Herbert is still sound asleep. Good job, Herbert. Oh, it's vision time.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not.
Okay. Large urn. Wow.
You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood. I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient.
Oh, tiny urn.
We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury. I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed. Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it. This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so.
Phew. Alright, let's head out to the east of the town now.
There's something ahead on the road.
Oh yeah, there is.
My God!
Oh God.
Mr. Ambrose! I'm going to help you.
Okay, was that? Alright, what are we doing here?
What cruelty is this? Bakewell, 32 miles. Bewley really was in complete isolation before the railway line came in.
We probably need to take care of this first.
Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free. He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further.
That's some Wicker Man stuff right there.
His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery, and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
I were lost in visions of hell itself. The devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
Aye, my love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but Herbert was suddenly at the scene, lapping up the milk on the road.
He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
My love.
Eddie! Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Literally.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on.
You thieving bint! I'll have your guts for garters!
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
The cheek!
Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Aye, thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
Oh, I thought she was going to come out with the shotgun.
Good luck, you two.
Like, good lord, elopers. Okay. Well, at least he wasn't, like, driven completely insane. Can't go in. Alright. Well, that was horrendous, but we're able to see it through. Not horrendous for us, but for the milkman. Now we will hand off the flour. Get the Bakewell tart.
I have something for you.
You found him? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
Sunrain.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
Oh, I like that.
It's the part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
Maybe he'll get better one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do. Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving him for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
I'll stay here with Albert a bit longer. You go back to your day, Pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. Duplancy.
You need to get out of the rain, you'll get sick.
Mrs. Duplancy is a kind, God-fearing woman. I'll leave her to her grieving.
I do understand what she means about the stuff that would annoy you. You start to think about and miss when someone's left.
Here they are.
Alright. Bakewell puddings. Go check on her one more time. Now we will drop these off to Lord Panswick. And we should be in good shape. Hopefully. Allegedly. And wouldn't you know?
The vision returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
Oh, you are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest. You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
The thing about it is, I'm glad that we did do it, because otherwise, what's his name? The milkman would still be tied up to that post. No.
Now is not the time, Lord Panswick.
You disappoint me. It would seem you don't find the rain quite as romantic as I do. Perhaps tomorrow, after your triumphant excavation of Hob's Barrow.
Perhaps.
I hope staleness doesn't descend upon them in the meantime. Still, my word is my bond. Come with me to the chapel. I shall inform the chaps of their duties.
Thank you.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hob's Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help.
They can be out there working in the rain and have it be no problem. Oh, God.
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
What's going to get in our way while we travel there, huh? Oh, nothing. Okay. I'm okay with that. She's still at the cemetery? Okay, good. We're back in Silent Hill territory.
No one here.
Yeah, but this is the Cobblers, and there's a light on. Huh.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Your lordship,
Stanley, my good man.
to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
Whew. Stanley is, trying to keep a smiling face for the boss man. You know what? We said no to the tarts. I know what we don't trust him as far as we can throw him, but let's see what happens. I still want to talk to everyone here.
Why not?
Splendid. You heard the fair lady.
Look, she's giving us the side eye. She's
There
like,
you are.
Thank you.
why did
Everyone,
you do that?
Raise your glasses to Miss Bateman. May she conquer Hob's Barrow and find all that she desires. Hip hip!
Hooray!
You don't wish to join me in a beverage?
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. Alcohol does not sit well with my constitution.
Thank you, your lordship. I needed that.
I aim to provide you with whatever your heart desires. I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hob's Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves. Mr. Shoulder?
Your lordship?
Alright, that went well, all things considered.
The enigmatic Mr. Leonard Shoulder. He looks somewhat frail. Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman?
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the Plough and Furrow.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. We will speak more later.
Now, before we talk to Stanley, let's see what else is going on here. Oh, it's all the market folk. And Arthur. Interesting. Okay, let's talk to Stanley.
You've changed your tunes, Stanley. An exciting time for Bewley. I thought you didn't want me to excavate Hob's Barrow.
Well, what can I get you?
I'm fine for now, thank you.
He's like, he knows where his bread's buttered.
They are engaged in an intense discussion. I'll leave those two to their conversation. Cyril seems gruff and unwelcoming, but I sense he may be a kind man under this facade. Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here? Leave me be, lass. Thomasina.
Arthur?
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside, in the alley.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
At least he didn't go through the bathroom.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being. I'll leave those...
Okay, nothing we can say to Mr. Cross.
Hello,
Miss...
Thank you for...
Aye, miss, we will speak.
Wonder where that musician's going to come into play.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologise to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what he were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited. I concentrated. And it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Ooh, flashback.
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days?
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She will laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something? Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch.
Hey!
Off you go, skedaddle. Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
Whew, Arthur is so dead.
I'd rather not go into those horrible toilets again.
Actually wanting to see... I hope Arthur went back inside. Let's hope. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, it's concert time. Look at Cyril there in the corner. He's like, kids and their newfangled music. Kind of sounds like Trent Reznor playing a song on an acoustic. I like it. Oh. Okay, Stanley just left. Thanks, I hate it. So what do we do here? Do we... And lady's swiveling her hips. I'm just wanting to see if anything else happens. If they leave, and that happen, we get another one of those little visions. If not, we'll just go ahead and exit out. Because it did give us that option. Maybe we'll get an achievement for having the entire song play. Don't know how the other music's coming into play, but we'll... Uh-huh. Is this going to be like that play in Lovecraft that's like, after it finishes, it actually summons Azathoth? We'll get a game over if we let him finish it. No Azathoth, that's good. Are we about to get visited by Herbert again? Oh, it's vision time. Hello again. Handsome?
So, Thomasina. The journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not. Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
But How do I...
Blood.
Uh-huh.
The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
The third day. Phew. Incantamentum. Right? Remember
I
what...
must undo what has been done. Father, I'm coming.
But remember what Arthur told you. Oh. Alright, guys. We'll get into the meat of the plot here. So I hope you all have enjoyed it. Oh god, and there's Herbert asleep in the chair. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.